Hey guys, Ultimate Deadpool here. Finally, back with another video. I know I haven't done something in, 3 weeks now since the whole CGI 3D model Blender turtle character videos. So, as you can tell by the title of the day, or today's video title, or whatever you want to call it, we are discussing Halloween. My favorite holiday, guilty as charged. Even more so than my birthday of Valentine's Day, because there's too much crap going on that day for me, so that's a whole other topic. But today we're talking specifically about this guy, Art the Clown. Probably one of my new favorite horror movie style characters. I have seen all three Terrifier movies. So I just saw the third one in theaters a couple days ago, and right off the bat I'll say I understand why people do not like this guy. I understand why people are not fans of the Terrifier franchise. I personally think, especially with the third one, yes, they crossed the line, but they did it tasteful enough to where it didn't upset me particular, but that was just me. The people that went with me did not think so. But you know, I get it's a taste. You have to have a specific taste to like that level of oh shitness. So, you know, I like Art the Clown as a character. I actually kind of like him more than the movies that he's in, because to me he's just a fun slasher. And it's so hard to become mainstream now, and I think he actually managed to become mainstream after Terrifier 2 was a big success. And now this third one is actually looking at dethroning Joker 2, which is not that hard because I heard that movie was crap. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that stuff. We're here to talk about costume stuff and weapons. So, if you have seen any of the Terrifier movies or anything with Art the Clown in it, you'll know that he has a ton of weapons. Off to my side right here are a ton of weapons that I'm going to use for my own Art the Clown Halloween costume. Now, I don't have the actual suit yet, but I do have the makeup that I'm going to use and the shoes that I'm going to use, as well as his hat. Everything else is on order from Amazon. And I actually stole the shoes from my life-size Sideshow Bob because his face disintegrated and cracked because it was latex, and literally the hair portion of it separated from the non-hair or from the human part and split in half at his eyes. So now it's a confluffled mess. So yeah. So I can't use Sideshow Bob this year for Halloween anyway, so I'm just borrowing his shoes for Art the Clown. They're literally just standard plastic clown shoes. And yes, I added green foam in there because these things hurt when you try to walk in them, because it's a sharp plastic area up here. So when you walk forward, the plastic does not move like fabric does. So I put the foam in my socks to keep my feet protected from getting sliced open by these. And yes, there's flex tape underneath them, so that way Sideshow Bob didn't slide forward on plastic shoes. But anyway, these things, they do work. I've had these for a while now, because I've had Sideshow Bob for a while. So, and if my editor's worth anything, there should be a picture of what Sideshow Bob normally looks like showing up somewhere on screen right now. But, like I said, we're not here to talk about fashion. We're not here to talk about shoes or anything like that. We're here to discuss weapons. So, without further ado, let's get started with the least fun one, and then we'll save the really fun one for later. But just so you know what the fun one is entailing, this is the fun one. So, like I said, all timestamps will most likely be in the description if I'm able to actually remember how I did that the first time. So if there's a specific spot you want to skip to, you're more than welcome to do that. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, starting off with probably something that's not really considered a weapon, but it's a pen. I saw this at Spirit Halloween a couple years ago, and I was like, I don't really have a really need for a blood syringe pen, but then now I've started using pens and stuff more and more at my job. I'm like, you know what? It's the Halloween season and whatnot. Art the Clown probably would use a syringe for something if he hasn't already. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched those first two. But, you know, the effect is nice. It has like a fake translucent red bloody like liquid. And then you push the top on it and it can release out the pen portion. And the ink is actually red. So that's a really fun touch. But again, not really a weapon, just something I saw that would work for Art the Clown. Okay, now I know he doesn't use these, but I could 100% see him using these. I've had these in my, I guess you could say, Halloween setup collection stuff for years and never knew what to do with them. I have these gigantic plastic scissors, also from Spirit of Halloween. Almost everything over here is from Spirit of Halloween, oddly enough. With the exception of one, actually two things, three technically, and we'll get to that later. So, these are functional. They are not sharp. They're plastic blades and whatnot. But they have like three different versions of these. They have the clown ones, and they have the bloody ones, and they have these. I got these either last year or the year before. It was the same year I did the Headless Horseman. And because I got the axe from the Headless Horseman the same time I got these. And I'm like, these are cool and all, and it's like, it's fun to chase my siblings around the house with them in a fun comedic way. But it's just like, I've never really had a use for them until now. And this is something I could 100% see Art the Clown using to go after a victim with. Especially if it's like a grand opening at something, he just walks up, steals the scissors, and it just goes nuts. So this is one of the items that I got that's not really something he uses in the movies, but something I can 100% see him using at some point throughout the Terrifier franchise. So, or just him as a character using in general. Alright, next up is just a standard bloody Halloween knife that you can get at Spirit of Halloween. It's like $10 and whatnot. This is cool and all. I do like the wood effect on the handle, as well as the bandage looking wrapping, as well as the speckle of dirt and grime on the blade, as well as that little slick of blood on there as well. Again, Art the Clown uses knives and stuff like that all the time, but all of these are more or less going to go in a trash bag and be held on my back. Because that's how Art the Clown carries all of his weapons. He literally has them in a trash bag and has them all. So when I go to like my local Home Depot, which is where I work at, or whatever, I can have the bag and whatnot, and have the little horn, and be like, oh hey, all silent and whatnot, be like, and just have fun with it. So nothing extravagant. It's just, and I'll probably end up giving this to Michael Myers or something after I'm done with it with Art the Clown for this year, because I am making a life-size Art the Clown after this, but he's only going to be able to hold like one weapon at a time, unless I have one in each hand, which doesn't really feel like Art the Clown. He usually only has one weapon at a time. But anyway, this is probably going to end up going to Michael Myers next year, but here it is for Art the Clown. So, and again, this is essentially what it looks like. It's symmetrical. It's the exact same thing on both sides. It's a non-asymmetrical design. Another thing I do know he uses from the movies quite a bit, or at least in one particular sequence, is a meat cleaver. Now this is actually relatively clean. This is, again, from Spirit Halloween. It's just a standardized meat cleaver. I want to say they did have a bloody version of it, but I don't know. This is, again, something I just saw. And like, you know what? If I have Art the Clown use this or whatever, he's just going to hold it like this or whatever. Hold it at his side and whatnot. So it's really cool. It looks fun. But it's just, I needed weapons for Art the Clown just so that way I could complete the aesthetic. Because me being a perfectionist, I have to have a ton of weapons, even if I don't get to actually use any of them or show any of them. or a whole lot of them, for, photos or whatever that may come up while I'm doing my stuff on Halloween. So it's nice to have it, but this is probably going to end up going to somebody else anyway, whether it be another killer clown, because I do have ideas for that, or have thought about that. Have like my front yard have Art the Clown and a gang of other killer clowns, or something, just wielding these weird random weapons. So anyway, it's not bad. It works. It does the job. It's going to be in a trash bag, being carried around on my back. And if I am able to do it, I will try to do a video where I walk around the store of Home Depot scaring people as Art the Clown. But we'll see how well that works. So anyway, move on. Let's move on. Okay, just like the scissors and some of the other things that I have in this video, I've had for a while. This is the machete that Jason had. Now, again, I could be wrong. I don't think Art the Clown has ever really wielded a machete, or if he does, it's for like one quick done. But again, it's Art the Clown. I'm sure he uses or would use something like this to get somebody. But since my Jason Voorhees needs a brand new face and now hockey mask because it decided to fall and shatter, I decided to borrow his machete for Art the Clown this year. So I got this on Amazon a couple years ago when I actually made Jason Voorhees. I've had this literally for a few years now, and it does the job. So, in fact, looking on the inscription, I've had this since 2019. So, this is relatively good. It's a plastic machete, so it's not going to really hurt anybody or whatnot. But it definitely looks relatively realistic, especially when it's in Jason's hand, up like this, like he's ready to slice somebody up. So, yeah, machete. Alright, now we're getting into some of the bigger stuff. The next few weapons are bigger. So, I have a sledgehammer now. Now, this is a fake sledgehammer. This is obviously not real. I will say, though, I'm a little irritated with Spirit Halloween's paint applications. What do I mean by that? I got this a few days ago, and it is already starting to peel and crack on the hammer portion of the hammer. Now, yes, I could easily fix that, but I shouldn't have to, considering it's brand new. Although, to be fair, nothing against my siblings. They have been playing with these weapons for the last few days, all but beating each other up with them. So, needless to say, it's probably not just Spirit Halloween's fault. So, but anyway, this is something, again, I'm pretty sure Art the Clown has used at least once in one of the movies that he's shown up in, because I believe he showed up in 5. There was the ninth circle, or the 9 round thing, and then there was All Hallows Eve, and then Terrifier 2, and now Terrifier 3. So I think he's been in about 9 movies. Or 5 movies, I'm sorry, 5 movies. But, I mean, it's believable. It looks real enough and whatnot. Anytime I see a fake sledgehammer like this, I always think back to my childhood when I would watch like Triple H or whatever from WWE, hit somebody in the head with it or whatnot, or like full on somebody's head, and be like, how are you not dead? But then realizing, oh duh, it's a fake rubber mallet or rubber hammer that they used to make it look believable, but also fake and safe. So, but all in all, this is cool, and I may actually have Art the Clown use this when everything is said and done. But I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me, the last weapon that we're going to go through, I think, is going to be the winner of what Art the Clown is going to be using the entire time he's in my Halloween display. So, really cool though, just wish the paint wasn't flaking. Okay, last borrowed weapon, I swear, is Springtrap's axe. Lucy. Now, I got this specifically for Springtrap, but he's still not done. I know because I haven't finished him yet, and I also know because I haven't finished the series of me building him yet. There's a reason for that, to be explained in another video. I'll explain in my next video why Springtrap is not done yet, even though it's been an entire year since I started putting him together. There's a good reason about that, though. So anyway, you guys have seen this before. It's just a standard fireman axe covered in blood with a red handle. You guys have seen this if you've watched any of my Springtrap review or Springtrap build videos. This is the same axe that was used in those videos. Nothing new. Okay, so I know for a fact this is something that Art the Clown has used before. A baseball bat with nails in it. So again, saw this at Spirit of Halloween, thought about Art the Clown and what he would use realistically, both what he actually used and what he would use. Saw this, thought it was cool, been wanting this for years, never really had an idea of what to use it for, but now that I have it, I have a clear indication of what I'm going to use it for. Really well detailed. I really do like the blood on top. So it's like somebody hit somebody in the head and then bashed their brains in with the nails and whatnot. All the nails are all rubbery and whatnot, so you can bend them around. They're not going to fall off or anything. They're not actual metal nails like the Pinhead nails are. Because I saw that infamous Pinhead mask. I'm not a fan of Hellraiser. There's a reason why he says the line, "I am pain," in one of the Hellraiser movies. Because that mask has none of the pins in it, and apparently you have to put each individual nail in his head and then flip it inside out and put little protective rubber cushions on the inside so that way you don't accidentally fall and get spikes in your face. Ow. And no. So for those of you who wanted me to make a life-size Pinhead, it's not going to happen. Specifically for that reason. That, and you'll understand why I'm not doing that when I talk about my Springtrap updates video coming out before too long. So anyway, the wooden bat, it's a Louisville Slugger, I believe. I think this is a Louisville Slugger. Anyway, I don't know baseball, so but if you guys do know baseball, let me know. But anyway, it looks like a standard baseball bat with really nice translucent blood effects and nails punched all over the place, bent in awesome positions, making it look like it was haphazardly put together and whatnot. And then obviously the standard wrapping for a baseball bat on the back. So I could obviously see Art the Clown, my statue version of Art the Clown, wearing or posed just like this, holding the baseball bat, resting up against his shoulder, and having that evil comedic grin at the same time. Or I may do the same thing when I dress up as him for this year for Halloween. Stay tuned on the channel because I'm going to attempt to do makeup for it. Actually, my sister is. My sisters have been dying to do makeup on me for years, and I kept telling them no because I kept like, there's no point in it. But now that I'm going to be Art the Clown for Halloween, gives them an excuse to do that and finally get them to shut up about it. I'm just kidding. I love my sisters. Both of them. Even though they drive me nuts. Anyway. Baseball bat. Okay, one more real quick thing before we actually get into the final weapon. I saw this at Party City and I could not resist it. There's a reason. Which will be explained in a YouTube small short video. Not an actual YouTube shorts. But a short video that I'm going to do on All Hallows Eve with this. Just know it's going to be funny. Hopefully, in my mind, it's funny. Hopefully you guys find it as funny as well. But like I said, I saw this at Party City, and my mind kind of thought about a particular scene from one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I'm like, you know what? That's going to be funny if I could pull it off right. So that's what this is for. Okay, now you guys have seen this before, but this is technically what the new final weapon is. It is the Ash Williams chainsaw hand. Now this thing has seen better days. This was the original one that I did way back when I dressed up like Ash Williams several years ago. It does still work though. So there's a switch inside the motor. In the back of there's a handle so you can actually hold on to it, hit the button, and it activates the chainsaw, plus a actual pull starter feature with just a basic key retriever behind the speaker. you guys have seen this before. I actually did a video series on how to build one a couple years ago, and it did really well. So if this is something you guys are interested in doing, I do have a how-to video on it. It's about 3 different parts long, but trust me, a lot of people have actually watched that video, and they've said that they were able to follow it relatively well, and theirs looked just as good as this, even though by my standards this isn't perfect because this is not supposed to be here, because you'll see why when we get to the next thing. So segueing over into the other attempt at a Ash Williams chainsaw. Yes, I know it's blue. It was not originally blue. I did this for a friend a while back, and he ended up not wanting it, so to not waste my time, I decided to go ahead and make this one the official Ash Williams chainsaw, which is why all of this stuff is currently gone. Because I'm going to fill all of this up just like I did for the video I did a couple years ago. I think it was the day Chadwick Boseman passed away. I did a video both honoring him and saying that I did a extra chainsaw just like this for a friend of mine and whatnot. But it has the exact same features. It's got the little handle in there with the button already in there, so you can turn it on and off. But this one also has a lot more blood effects on it, which is nothing compared to the next one. But the same thing, has the pull starter key retriever. Again, all of this is in a how-to video series that I did a while ago. So now, without further ado, I'm pretty sure it's obvious what the next weapon is. Yeah, it's a chainsaw. Now, I have had this particular chainsaw in my horror stuff or Halloween stuff for a while because Home Depot stopped making these or stopped releasing these. They only made them for a few years. It took me forever to actually find one again on Amazon, although I'm pretty sure if I just type in Home Depot chainsaw, it'll pull up this exact same thing. Anyway, I've had this sitting in my garage forever, not knowing what the hell to do with it, and then when I decided to be Art the Clown for Halloween this year, I'm like, this is perfect. I can modify the chainsaw to make it look more realistic and like something Art the Clown would actually use, hence why it looks like shit. So I went with an orange body because I know the one that he uses in Terrifier 3 was white, but I wanted to go with a more old school aesthetic look to what chainsaws would actually look like. And most chainsaws are orange, unless you get the electric Ryobi ones and stuff like that. Most of the time they're orange, or blue if you do Makita. But old school chainsaws like this are orange. So everything on this thing, you can tell it works though. Everything on this is what came with it. The only thing I did was I cut off the skeleton face skull that was over here, and I flattened it out with epoxy putty. I cut the stupid square thing off that was up top here, filled it up, and then I added the another key retriever, but this time I was able to actually use the stock original pull starting cable mechanism that it came with. So now, once it's all put together, it looks like an actual chainsaw rather than having the wooden handle like the Ash Williams ones did. And then the actual other handle is been painted silver and slathered in red fake blood. This entire chain or blade is covered in fake blood. The entire chainsaw is covered in fake blood. Now most of this is painted on here. Most of all the oil spills and black and silver and everything, all that was all painted. But the chainsaw, the blade itself, literally had a bottle of fake blood and was going like this alongside it, letting it drip down, be like, oh hey, look, that's pretty. And it gave it this awesome, I don't know if it looks good enough on camera, but I mean, it gave it this really nasty looking, like really rustic, but also really gruesome look to it. And I love it. So, and then I am going to do a skit with this as Art the Clown, so stay tuned for that video. But it'll be part of the little trophy video. So all of that's going to be a part of the same thing. Just know it involves this. So, and since this is as realistic as it can get, without obviously being a real chainsaw, I'm hoping that that video is going to be fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's literally just going to be titled Art the Clown Having Fun, or Art the Clown Receives Something. So, and then, like I said, this is all of this is off the original chainsaw. All of this is off the original. All of this is stock except for the key retriever on that side. So this is actually the easiest version of the chainsaw that I've done to actually do. So if you do have a Spirit of Halloween chainsaw or Home Depot chainsaw, if you still have one of these molds or whatnot, this is probably the easiest way to customize one. It's just simply take it apart. There's 5 screws that hold the body together. Take those out, paint the body. Now the blade is actually screwed to this section of the body. So if you're going to do something like that, undo the whole thing. Take your time. Make sure you don't lose any screws. You'll be fine. So, but yeah, this is probably by far my favorite Art the Clown weapon that I have for Halloween this year. Now, I do need to spray it in a clear coat because my hands are getting covered in fake blood because I'm sweating because I don't have the fan on. And this stuff washes off because it's fake Halloween blood. So since it's on, especially on a plastic surface, I don't want this to come off. So I'm going to spray it in a clear sealant and pray to God that that keeps it from falling off. But anyway, everything on here works. So, you know, the pull starter works, the button works, and the chain obviously works. Even though the chain got soaked in fake blood. I almost burnt up the motor trying to get it to start again. But because when it dried, everything was stiff, so I had to go like this to break it free, and luckily that didn't screw up the motor or anything like that inside it. Although it'd be an easy fix because I have 2 other ones that are broken. Well, the chainsaws themselves are. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this. This is a start. A start for art. There you go. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. But anyway, I do have 3 more weapons on order. One's a crowbar. One is a like pipe wrench. And I don't remember what the other one was off the top of my head. Plus, I have the actual Art the Clown suit itself. I do have a mask on order for the statue version of him. But as for me, I have the white balaclava mask on order. Plus, I have the stuff for the makeup thing, and as well as the hat. And obviously the shoes ready to go. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know what y'all's favorite weapon was. I can't wait to give these to other characters that I have or plan on doing. So, and obviously, I when I do make Art the Clown next year, I am seriously probably going to give him this because this just looks too good, in my opinion. In my opinion, this just looks like it was meant to go on a Halloween character in a badass pose, like he's getting somebody or whatnot. So that's just me, though. Let me know what you guys thought of this stuff. Did you like this video? Did you not like this video? What was your favorite part? Let me know down in the comments. I do read all of everybody's comments eventually. So, but let me know what you guys thought, and I'll catch you guys next time. I will do a video separate explaining why I have still not finished Springtrap after an entire year. There's a reason for that, and no, it's not just because my truck got hit at the beginning of the year, but it does have slightly something to do with that, but it'll make sense in that video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I hate doing the whole till next time. Anyway, peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys all later. Bye.